All right, guys, it's time to have that conversation. It is time to have that conversation. Who the hell is the leader of the Democratic Party right now? Who is the leader? I don't know the last time it has been this wide open when it comes to that question. So we have a new poll on this from Suffolk. Let me walk you through it. Number one, when asked who's the Democratic Party leader, number one is don't know, 30%. Don't know gets the plurality, 30%. Then we have, this is crazy, nobody is at 19%. That's number two. So basically, a total of 49%, basically 50%, half of Democrats either say, I don't know who the leader is or nobody's the leader. Wow, that's why. Holy shit. All right, so then you get to the actual people. Ready? Number one is actually Kamala Harris at 10%. Number two is Hakeem Jeffries at 9%. Then you get Barack Obama at 8%, Gavin Newsom at 3%, Pelosi at 3%, Schumer at 3%, Biden at 2%, AOC at 2%. Okay, by the way, let's also point out how embarrassing for Biden, how pathetic for Biden. He is still the president of the United States of America, and only 2% of Democrats are like, yeah, he's the leader. There's nobody else could be in this position and get that low a number. This is a direct result of his age, cooking his brain, and making him very clearly incapable of doing the job. And even Democratic voters being like, yeah, you're sort of incapable of doing the job, bro. You're sort of incapable of doing the job. I mean, that's humiliating, bro. That's embarrassing. 2% and you're the sitting president of the United States of America. Holy shit. He never, ever, ever should have said, oh yeah, I'm going to try to run for a second term. Jesus Christ, he screwed the pooch so hard on that. But look, beyond that, man, I mean, this whole list is sort of pathetic, isn't it? Like, I understand saying, oh, we think Kamala's the one who leads the party, but here's the problem. Since she lost, she's been gonzo. She's been nowhere. It's one thing if she was out there telling us, I think correctly, that Trump is an authoritarian, Trump is a fascist, the stuff he wants to do is horrible. Okay, so if you say that and you really believe that, then after you lose, you don't go anywhere, right? Look, after Trump lost in 2020, he was fucking still right in everybody's faces. But you lost, and then you're going gonzo. Well, I'm sorry, I can't consider you the leader if in a super crucial moment like this, where we need people to stand up and fight back against MAGA, you're nowhere to be found. So I can't say Kamala Harris. I can't say Hakeem Jeffries, because if I'm being honest, somebody who has his position of power and authority to be this absent, be this incapable of generating headlines, right? Like, what percentage of Americans even know who Hakeem Jeffries is at this point, even though he has a crucial leadership position? It's like, it's very low, right? So you can't go Kamala. You can't go Hakeem Jeffries. I understand going Obama, but at the same time, it's that thing of like, you're gone a lot of the time. Every now and then you pop up, but then you leave again, right? There was just that thing of you at the Jimmy Carter funeral where you were yucking it up with Trump and laughing and stuff. He's really not providing any ideological leadership in any way, shape, or form. He does the classic like elder statesman role of being a former president who basically tries to stay out when somebody is running the White House. He may think certain things, he may have certain preferences, but he doesn't really come out. I mean, think about Trump's first term. How often did Obama come out and, have some fiery takedown of Trump or disagreement? Never. So even though I get choosing him, he also doesn't really make much sense for him either. And then we get to these ones. Newsom, Pelosi, Schumer. We already discussed Biden and AOC. Of these two, I think the only ones there's even a stretch of an argument for is AOC and Newsom, right? Newsom has a lot of downsides and a lot of flaws, but the one thing he has that very, very few have is he's willing to fight. He's willing to debate. He's willing to be front and center. He's willing to argue. He's willing to be out there and put himself as a figurehead, right? He was scrapping with MAGA on Twitter just the other day because there's all these lies about the LA wildfires, and he's out there like, no, you're full of shit. No, that's not true. Here's the reality of the situation. Here's what we're working on. Stop lying about us. And he just goes on and on. He's on TV a lot now because of these wildfires. So of all the people so far, the ones that make the most sense are honestly Newsom and AOC. And between the two of them, it's at 5%. AOC wanted to be the head of the oversight committee. She should have been. She should have been. Instead, we got a 74-year-old with esophageal cancer who's got 7 minutes left to live. By the way, thank you, Democrats, for your obsession with hierarchy and order. It's my turn. Fuck your turn. AOC has a massive following on social media. She knows how to take the fight to the right, and so she absolutely should have that position. So of this list, you could only go Newsom or AOC at the top. But even so, guys, again, I'll say it again, even those are not clear. Those are the ones that have the best arguments for them, but even these are not clear. It's just not clear. And so who the hell should the leader be? Well, you guys know what I feel about this, right? You have to say, it is true still, even though he's 1,000 years old, Bernie's still out there. He just did a stream with Hassan Piker the other day. He's very vocal. He's very visible. He's been sort of putting himself front and center in many respects in terms of how to navigate MAGA 2.0. So he's one, but you know who I want it to be. I want it to be Jon Stewart. I want it to be Jon Stewart. Because in this era, you need somebody who's a controversial, charismatic celebrity who has the right ideology, who knows how to fight, who knows the things to say, who knows how to get the cameras on them, who knows how to win. Like, he's the one, bro. He's the one. Now, again, I don't think he wants it. I think he has zero interest in it. But when you look at a list like this, it's like, I see the arguments for Newsom and AOC, but that's pretty much it. And who would I prefer, Newsom, AOC, or Jon Stewart? I prefer Jon Stewart, right? So, I don't know. It might be time to officially do it. It might be time to officially launch a draft Jon Stewart thing, right? Draft Jon Stewart to run in 2028. Because, look, I don't want to fuck around anymore. I want to roll the dice on some overly cautious, calculating, manipulative politician. Some inauthentic stiff. I don't want to do it. And I don't think the bench is as deep as a lot of people think it is. I do think Trump might screw things up so bad that any Democrat with a pulse could end up beating the Republicans in 2028. That is certainly possible. But let's not squander the moment in terms of real change, real thirst for populism. You want the populist left? Yeah, there's a guy by the name of Jon Stewart who can provide exactly that. So who's the leader of the Democratic Party right now? There is none. The number one response right now is the correct one. I don't know. Who's the leader of the Democratic Party? I don't know. But that mantle, people are waiting for somebody to take that mantle. Somebody will emerge. Somebody will take that mantle. The question is, who the hell is going to do it? Right? And so that's why I say, John, come on, man. Get out there. We're all waiting. We'll back you. We're excited for it. So people are right when they say they don't know who the leader is or nobody. Those are the most correct answers. And then outside of that, Newsom and AOC are the closest to having an argument for them. All right, y'all. That's the show. Love y'all very much. Everybody do me a big favor. Click like, click subscribe, all that fun stuff. Thank you to everybody who supports the show on Patreon or tips with the thanks button on YouTube. Couldn't do it without you. Turning to Crystal Kyle and friends this week, we have Ryan Grimm on to discuss the what's supposed to be the ceasefire in Israel, although I don't think it's going to be that, as we'll discuss at the time. It'll be interesting to see what he has to say. But, sign up on Substack below. You can see that and much more. All right, guys. I'll see you soon, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Peace. Hey, y'all. Do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.